From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your Evening Update.
Cascade Paint & Supply is Reading's oldest family-owned paint store, established in 1953. We are the largest Dunn Edwards dealer in the nation, and most of our products are made in the U.S. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff are ready to answer your questions and help you today.
Well, I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving Day. Many of you might be having a late Thanksgiving dinner, what have you. Maybe you're already having some leftovers. But what you see behind me here is probably something we're going to start seeing a lot more of in the days and weeks to come. Cars, trucks, all having their Christmas trees freshly cut to put in their living rooms, getting ready for, that's right, Christmas. The holiday season is here. And this is also the time officially when a lot of people turn on their Christmas lights. I know that's when I usually wait until Thanksgiving night to turn on my Christmas lights. All right, so here's the deal. We've still got breezy conditions. The winds are expected to die down a bit here, but still breezy for your Friday, and not to mention your Saturday as well. But I do expect cold mornings, especially by Monday, Tuesday. And this is to the potential where even the valley could be looking at the potential for some frost and some close to at least freezing temperatures as we go into early next week. So that's something that we're going to need to be aware of, especially if you have outdoor plants. If you're a farmer or a rancher, you need to do whatever you can to protect all of those sensitive crops. But next chance for rain will actually be near the end of next week. I'm thinking sometime around Thursday, Friday, which we'll get into that a little bit later. So there is a a freeze watch. That's for Del Norte and Humboldt County. Now, one thing I want you to remember, anytime you see these, I have to kind of just point out the fact that Trinity County, Siskiyou, all of the other mountain locations are most likely going to see at least close to freezing temperatures, if not well below freezing temperatures. It's just Del Norte and Humboldt County where we have that freeze watch. Okay, so just kind of give you an idea, the type of temperatures we'll be dealing with here tomorrow morning. So here's the coast, pretty cold. I mean, we're getting down into possibly even some mid-30s for some of us along the coast. That could potentially bring at least some frost. All right, but now you're going into the inland areas, you're actually getting right around or just below freezing. And I'm expecting temperatures to drop a few degrees below freezing as we go into Trinity County. So again, Trinity County does not have the freeze warning, at least now. Okay, but we could certainly be looking at that potential as we do go into tomorrow morning. So if you are in Trinity County, just be aware of that, and not to mention the inland areas as well. Now, we take you out to the other areas, such as the valley, not as cold, I think, for tomorrow morning. We're still looking at probably some upper 30s, low 40s. But yeah, Siskiyou, Modoc, Eastern Mountains, yeah, we're talking temperatures teens and 20s for those lows early tomorrow morning. So yes, take those necessary precautions there as well. In fact, we'll take a look, and this is something we haven't really talked about in a while, but the hard freeze preparation, right? Got to be sure to protect those outdoor pipes. Sometimes even it gets so cold, especially some of those colder locations, where even a little trickle for some of your pipes indoors that are maybe kind of on that outward wall. But there you can see the plants. Be sure to bring those in. Be sure to protect your pets. Make sure they've got a warm shelter or bring them inside if you can. And we can't forget about our loved ones as well. Be sure to protect those people as well. It's the 4 Ps. Remember, it used to be the 3 Ps. Now it's the 4 Ps. All right, so here's your forecast winds, right? So we saw the gusty winds today, and I still expect to see some gusty winds here even into your Friday. But notice as we go into Saturday, the wind's not quite as strong, but we're still calling for breezy conditions on Saturday before maybe by Sunday, those winds should eventually begin to die down. Futurecast is continuing to show us with sunny skies here for your Friday, not to mention your Saturday as well, and that'll probably continue even into early next week. Now, as I mentioned, long-range forecast models are in pretty good agreement at this point that sometime around Thursday, we'll begin to see a changeover from the dry weather pattern that we're in now to more of a wet weather pattern. We've also got some cold air coming in here. This could be looking potential for some of the lowest snow levels we'll see so far for the season. I don't expect it at this point to be a major storm system, at least a series of storms coming our way, but it could bring some snow down to as low as 3,000 to 4,000 feet, and not to mention, of course, the rain below that. Now, if you are traveling here for your Friday, morning fog most likely as you're heading northward into the Medford area. Otherwise, it will clear out for the afternoon. It's going to start getting pretty chilly as you start heading off, especially to the north and east. And then for your Saturday, if you're maybe holding off until Saturday to do your traveling, looks like, again, dry conditions. It's just getting cooler, obviously, as you start heading northward. Take you down into Southern California, Central and Southern California for your Friday. Yeah, you're talking about dry conditions and, of course, temperatures in the low 70s. So, yes, it's going to be pretty warm as you head down into Southern California. I guess the one thing that I can't really predict for you is just how bad the traffic may be on any of these given days. All right, we also need to tell you about a beach hazard statement. Now, it's not going to be in effect until tomorrow evening through Saturday evening. This is when we talk about the potential for sneaker waves. Now, for those of you not familiar with that term, a sneaker wave, you think about when you're looking out the ocean, and it just looks like a normal ocean, the waves kind of coming and going, right? Every once in a while, you get this big rush of water that comes in unexpectedly, and it can sweep you away. I mean, water is very dangerous and can sweep you away, especially if you're up kind of rock hopping or anything of that nature, right? You get that sneaker wave that comes up, and if you're rock hopping, boy, that'll take you off your feet. Now you're on those sharp rocks. It can be very dangerous. So don't turn your back to the ocean during these types of events, and just be extra cautious if you're out at the beach here, especially as we go into Friday evening and into Saturday. In fact, we take a look at the wave heights, and you can see as we go into Friday evening, notice what's happening, especially as we go into Saturday. See how the higher wave heights are creeping closer to the coast? This is when we do start having those beach hazard statements to kind of tell you about. That continues into Saturday evening, but should start to retreat as we go into Saturday night, that is, into Sunday. All right, so not terribly cold for the valley tonight, but we are dropping down to the upper 30s to low 40s. Teens and 20s, Eastern Mountains and Modoc County, not to mention Siskiyou County. For Trinity County, looks like those low to mid 20s. It's getting cold tonight. And again, we don't have that freeze warning as of yet, but boy, I tell you what, we still have those cold temperatures even for Trinity County. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if the Weather Service decides to issue something for Trinity County. And then Del Norte and Humboldt counties, of course, looking at those temperatures in the 30s as well. Now, for tomorrow, temperatures around 60. We're actually going to start to see the temperatures drop. Beautiful day today, right, temperature-wise, but temperatures are dropping. Cooler air is beginning to move in. We're only looking at temperatures in the 40s for the Eastern Mountains, for Siskiyou County, low to mid-50s for Trinity County, upper 50s for the inland areas, and looks like around upper 50s to low 60s out along the coast. All right, so let's take a look at that 7-day outlook, and it looks like we are going to see those dry conditions, but there it is. We're beginning to see that change in the weather pattern by the end of next week. Snow levels, I think, could drop to as low as 3,000 feet, but I'll, of course, be adjusting those snow levels as we get closer to next Thursday. But for now, it looks like between 3,000 and 4,000 feet. For the valley, of course, breezy conditions continue for your Friday and Saturday. The winds should die down by Sunday into next week. There's that chance for showers, even for the valley. The valley could see some wet weather as well for Thursday into Friday, even into that next weekend. Looking at your 7-day outlook for the coast, rain showers, maybe even as early as Wednesday for parts of the coast here. And then it starts to kind of progress eastward. But for the inland areas, holding off until Thursday, not to mention Weaverville as well. Now, Weaverville, Hayfork, I think you'll be in the form of rain with this one at this point, but it'll be close. I mean, we're talking about snow levels as low as 3,000 feet.